movie buffs. Welcome back to Movies on the Brain, your go-to channel for in-depth movie reviews and discussion. I'm Jason, and today we're diving into the wild, meta, and absolutely hilarious world of the unbearable weight of massive talent. Directed by directed by Tom Gormican, this film stars none other than the legendary Nicolas Cage playing a fictionalized version of himself. Before we jump in, a quick heads up: this is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it and come back so we can dissect all the crazy twists and turns together. Get ready for a ride as we explore Cage's journey through his own career highs and lows, all while getting entangled in a zany, action-packed plot. Let's get started. Let's see. So, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent hit theaters on April 22nd, 2022, with a budget of $30 million. In its 7 week theatrical run, it garnered $29.1 million, just barely unable to break even. It opened at number 5 in the box office opening weekend, earning $7.1 million. The movies that beat it on its opening weekend include The Northman, which was at number 4, and The Bad Guys, which ended the weekend at number 1, which also came out the same weekend. Its final week in the box office, it finished number 19, only earning $116,596. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent left theaters was the second week of Top Gun Maverick's theatrical run, which ended at number 1 that week. Now let's take a look at the cast and some of their other roles they've had. Nicolas Cage as, well, Nick Cage. Nicolas Cage has also been Cameron Poe in Con Air, Dracula in Renfield, and Benjamin Franklin Gates in the National Treasure series. Pedro Pascal as Javi Gutierrez. Pedro Pascal has also been Joel Miller in the TV show The Last of Us, Dave York in The Equalizer 2, and the Mandalorian in the TV show The Mandalorian. Sharon Horgan as Olivia Henson. Sharon Horgan has also been Donna in the TV show Pulling, Alice Bell in the TV show The Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret, and Sharon Morris in the TV show Catastrophe. Lily Mosheen as Addie Cage. Lily Mosheen has also been young Amy in Everybody's Fine and young Celine in Underworld Evolution. Tiffany Haddish as Vivian Etten. Tiffany Haddish has also been Debbie in the Angry Birds movie 2, Carrie Carter in Night School, and Shannon Birkeland in the TV show The Last OG. Ike Barinholtz as Martin Eaton. Ike Barinholtz has also been Lex Luthor in the Lego Movie 2, the second part, Tiny in the Angry Birds movie, and AJ in 2016's Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video game. Alessandra Mastronardi as Gabriella Lucchesi. Actually, Alessandra Mastronardi has also been Sophia Silvestri in the TV show Titanic Blood and Steel, Millie in To Rome with Love, and Stefania in Lost in Florence. Paco Leon as Lucas Gutierrez. Paco Leon has directed Rainbow, Kiki, Love to Love, and Carmina or Blow Up. Jacob Scipio as Carlos. Jacob Scipio has also been Armando Aritas in Bad Boys for Life, Gallon in The Expendables 4, and Michael Vargas in the TV show Pieces of Her. Neil Patrick Harris as Richard Fink. Neil Patrick Harris has also been Barney Stinson in the TV show How I Met Your Mother, Carl Jenkins in Starship Troopers, and Doogie Howser in the TV show Doogie Howser EMT. Katrin Vankova as Maria. Katrin Vankova has also been Laura in the TV show Alex Rider, Adela in the TV show Snatch, and Frankie in the TV show Warrior Nun. David Gordon Green as himself. David Gordon Green has directed Pineapple Express, all the Halloween movies from 2018 to 2022, and The Exorcist Believer. Demi Moore as Nick Cage's in-movie wife. Demi Moore has also been Joanne Galloway in A Few Good Men, Esmeralda in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Jackie Templeton in the TV show General Hospital. Anna McDonald is Nick Cage's in-movie daughter. Anna McDonald has also been Julia in Plus One, Shannon Sanderson in TV show Murder by Morning, and Allison in the short film Number 14. Joanne Bobbin as Cheryl. Joanne Anna Bobbin has also been Lady Cowper in the TV show Bridgerton, Rose in Gunpowder Milkshake, and Alexandra in Alice Through the Looking Glass. Now let's get to the plot, to the fun plot. Hollywood actor Nicholas Nick Cage is struggling with his career after being passed over for several major films and is constantly pestered and tormented by Nikki, who appears to him as his younger and more successful self. His relationship with his ex-wife Olivia and daughter Addie is also marred by years of emotional neglect. Losing a key film role and following an embarrassment event at Addie's birthday party, Nick announces plans to retire from acting. He decides to accept a vague offer of $1 million from his agent Richard Fink involving going to Majorca to meet billionaire playboy Javi Gutierrez to be the guest of honor at his birthday. Upon meeting Javi, Nick is initially annoyed by his neediness and insistence that they create an improvisational movie based on a script he wrote, but is soon inspired by Javi's determination. The two quickly bond over their surprising love of shared films such as The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and Paddington 2, the latter of which Nick watches for the first time with Javi. Soon after, Nick is confronted by CIA agents Vivian and Martin. They suspect Javi, who they claim made his fortune through arms dealing, is behind the kidnapping of Maria. She is the daughter of a Catalan anti-crime politician who he hopes to pressure to drop out of an upcoming election. Nick insists that his acting instincts would have detected if Javi was a criminal, but he eventually decides to help the CIA with the mission. After successfully rigging the cameras in Javi's compound, Nick attends Javi's birthday party where he announces collaboration with Javi on a new movie as an excuse to stay on the compound long enough to find Maria. After a misadventure involving LSD, Nick and Javi decide that the movie should be about their relationship. Nick later discovers that Javi keeps a shrine room dedicated to all of his movies, including a wax figure of his character Castor Troy from the film Face Off, complete with identical golden pistols. He even suggests that Nick include a kidnapping in the script to get Javi's reaction to it. Nick explains this new idea to Javi, who believes that he must be distracted by his family issues. Vivian tells Nick to flee or possibly kill Javi as he has discovered their plot, but Javi reveals he brought Nick's family to his villa. Nick tries to make amends with them, but they reject his appeal and accuse him of prioritizing his film career over his family. Javi privately goes to meet with his cousin Lucas, who is revealed to be the true arms dealer and the one who kidnapped Maria. Lucas warns him that Nick is working with the CIA and pressures him to kill him, or else Lucas will kill Javi. Nick and Javi face off, but neither can bring himself to kill the other. Lucas sends his men to kill after both of them, and they race back to the house to discover that Addie had also been kidnapped. Nick takes Javi, Olivia, and Javi's assistant Gabriella to the CIA safe house, only for the house to have been compromised. Martin has been killed while Vivian sacrifices herself to kill Lucas's men before they can ambush the group. With Javi's help, Nick and Olivia pose as a reclusive criminal couple to get close to Lucas. He figures out their plan, but they still manage to escape with Addie and Maria. Nick, Addie, Olivia, and Maria race to the American embassy while Javi and Gabriella stay behind to delay Lucas's pursuit. Upon arrival, Lucas holds Nick at gunpoint, but Addie tosses a knife at him, which he uses to kill him. transitioning into the movie that Nick and Javi completed, presumably based on their adventure. Nick is applauded for his new film and congratulates Javi before going home with his family to watch Paddington 2, now with a better relationship. Now for my thoughts. If you had told me in January of 2022 that a movie starring Nicolas Cage as a fiction version of himself would be one of my favorite comedies of 22, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. It was one of my favorite comedies of 2022. The chemistry between Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage was so much fun to watch, especially when they're on that LSD trip mentioned in the plot. That was comical. The movie fooled me pretty much the entire time. I had no way it it'd end with what happens in the actual movie being made into a movie. The scene where Nikki makes the scenes where Nikki makes an appearance are really good, and the final scene was the best way to end it. I would recommend this to anyone who's looking for a good laugh, but also some pretty good action sequences. Now, there's a lot of fun facts and trivia about this movie, so let's get started. At the end of principal photography, the whole cast was gifted a pillow with Nicolas Cage's face on it, each one autographed by him. Nicolas Cage thought Javi was the best character in the movie, so much so that he even asked to trade parts, as he thought playing his own biggest fan was more meta than playing himself. It wasn't until Pedro Pascal was cast that Cage eventually relented. According to Neil Patrick Harris, Nicolas Cage had body makeup to cover up his tattoos. When he asked Cage why, Nick Cage, the character, doesn't have tattoos. Nicolas Cage, the real person, does. Cage said that the character didn't have as many wives as him. Pedro Pascal wrecked 14 prop cars during the acid trip running scene where he was required to bounce off the hood of a car. He was unhurt during this stunt. This is Nicolas Cage's 104th film role. First time since Fast Times at Ridgemont High that Nicolas Cage is credited with his real name, Nicholas Kim Coppola. The shot of Nicolas Cage drinking beer at the bottom of the Javi swimming pool is a nod to his leading Las Vegas character. In real life, Pedro Pascal is a genuine fan of Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage handpicked Tiffany Haddish based on a recommendation by his friend, writer and director Paul Schrader. Lionsgate outpaid HBO Max and Paramount for the movie rights. The sunglasses worn by Javi when he first meets Nicolas Cage on the dock are the same model of Ray-Ban Olympian 2s that Cage wore in Wild at Heart. Despite both becoming big movie stars during the 1980s, when a number of their generation contemporaries were nicknamed the Brat Pack, this movie is, after 4 decades, the first film to feature both Demi Moore and Nicolas Cage. Sure. All right, movie lovers, that wraps up our deep dive into An Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I hope you enjoyed our exploration into Nicolas Cage's hilarious and self-referential adventure. What did you think of the film? Did it live up to the hype, or was it just too over the top? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Movies on the Brain for more reviews, breakdowns, and all things cinema. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those movie discussions rolling and your popcorn fresh. This is Jason, signing off.